Sunflower Spirit Tarot, and I am here with the message for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. This will be a general message, so whatever I see is what I'm going to read. All right, let's get into it. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. Spirit guides, benevolent ancestors, guardian angels, those that come to us in and through unconditional love only. What messages do you have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements? What do they need? What does Virgo, what does Virgo need to know, see, and be aware of from the time they view this video moving forward? What are the most important messages for the person who needs this the most? All right. Messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Messages for Virgo. Let's give them comfort, confirmation, clarity, whatever it is that they need. Let's give it to them. All right, let's do one more and we'll be ready to get started. I hope you guys have been well. I have been well. I have a few new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining the family. If you haven't subscribed yet, but you like the way that I read, go ahead and push that subscribe button. What are you waiting on, okay? Join this community and be one of the sunflowers, honey. All right, 9 cards for Virgo. Take that one. First card is the Queen of Cups. That is mature water sign energy, feminine water sign energy, which is Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. You might have some of that in your chart. The person you're dealing with might have some of that in their chart. Let's see here. Knight of Cups, 6 of Cups. Ooh, loving it already. The Sun, the 6 of Pentacles, Temperance, 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Moon as the potential outcome. 9 of Pentacles as the overall energy. Very positive energy so far. Why is the 9 of Pentacles the overall energy for Virgo? Why is the 9 of Pentacles overall energy for Virgo? The 9 of Pentacles is an energy of being very self-sufficient, not just financially, but just being independent in your own energy, your own spirit. You're not somebody who needs to be surrounded by people all the time in order to feel, safe, in order to feel validated. You validate yourself. All right, and the hidden energy is the 4 of Cups. You might be coming out of a period of apathy, or you might be declining a lot of offers from people, romantic offers specifically, that are not quite meeting your needs or not quite up to your standard, okay? There's some fear here, okay, about manifesting a relationship or about calling a relationship into your life. I feel like you very much value your solitude or your independence, autonomy, your sovereignty at this time. This is something that you have felt, very secure in or very blessed in this energy. You feel like maybe you're your best self when you are able to operate on your own and do things on your own. But there is a love offer coming in, okay? We start off the reading with the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups. I feel like you are this Queen of Cups energy. I feel like you are the feminine in this situation. And this Knight of Cups is coming in. They're going to make you feel comfortable. There's somebody you're going to feel like at home with. But you're also going to feel a very romantic connection, a very romantic vibe. You could also be meeting a lot of people who will be creating connections with you that last. This might be your soul tribe type energy. This could be soulmate energy that you're calling in or that's being called to you at this time. I want to say something about this person who's coming into you. They could be a Leo with the Sun card here, but they're going to be very confident. And so are you. You're confident in who you are, but yours is more of a quiet confidence. And theirs is more of a like, here I am kind of confidence. Like, don't you see me, Virgo? Don't you want me, Virgo? Like, look at me. That kind of very, I wouldn't say obnoxious, but I will say that they are not afraid to put themselves out there. They're not afraid to make offers. They're not afraid to pursue somebody that they're interested in, because you're not chasing anybody. You're not looking for anybody or anything. You are just content in what you already have and what you're already doing. This person might be very generous. They might like to give gifts or shower you with gifts. That's great for you, Virgo, because every Virgo I know loves gifts. So they might be very generous with you, and especially with their time and their energy. This is not necessarily somebody who has a lot of time to waste or a lot of time to spare, but they invest their time in the things that they feel like have value to them. And they feel like a connection with you is very valuable. This person might feel like somebody you've known for a long time. If you don't have any history with this person, you guys are going to have very easy conversation. The conversation will just flow. This person is also very intelligent, very witty, very quick as well. This person will come back with this person has quick comebacks. Basically, this is somebody who's very intelligent, but also very romantic. So their emotional side doesn't take away from their intellect. As you might see, some people are sometimes leaning over more to the emotional, or some people lean more over to the intellectual. This person is a well-balanced person. This is somebody who is patient. This is somebody who's very kind and very generous, like I said, in spirit and financially and materially. They love to give gifts, and they really want to make you happy. They really want to see you smile, and they're willing to be patient. This person is not in a rush. I feel like they feel so sure about you in a weird way. And I'm not going to say like, oh, they're going to love bomb you and all that kind of stuff, because that's not necessarily genuine. But what I will say is this person just feels very certain about you, about the connection that you guys might share, or that they feel very certain that you're someone they should explore things with. So don't be afraid when I say that. This person is not a creep. They've not been stalking you. They don't know everything about you. There's just something about your vibe, your energy, that makes them feel very comfortable and very at home as well. And they want to explore more of that because they find you very attractive. The Queen of Cups is known to be the most beautiful queen in the deck. She is absolutely attractive and absolutely one of these people who is emotionally available and very nurturing and caring and loving and giving, very honest, and somebody who is very much in tune with their feminine energy. If I could say that there's the most feminine queen, I would say it's the Queen of Cups. This is somebody who wears their heart on their sleeve. This is somebody who might be a little hard to read at times, because it's possible that they are guarding their emotions in order to make sure before they emotionally attach themselves to something that is actually secure, that is actually solid and stable. But there is going to be a strong connection between you and this person. You might meet them at work or doing something that you feel passionately about. This is the Eight of Pentacles. You could be volunteering. You could be, enjoying some sort of after work activity, like if you want to do like a pottery class. That's just an example, I don't know, but it's something of that nature, something creative. There might be a hobby or something creative that you do that involves some sort of community thing, like going to a class, and like a local class for some sort of artistic thing, or maybe even like something like volunteering or something like that. And I don't want to say a soup kitchen just because, obviously this Queen of Cups is at a soup kitchen, or she's not at the soup kitchen, but this is my Neopets deck. She's like the soup fairy, basically. So she feeds the needy Neopets. Okay, so she's somebody who's very generous in spirit and very and has a very kind and loving heart. So you might meet this person in somehow working in that energy, somehow working with other people, or doing something that you feel passionately about, or developing a skill, if it's not at work or in a professional capacity. Okay, this person is not hard to read, but you will be. Okay, we have both the sun and the moon, which indicates to me that there's counterpart energy here. I think that this person will be maybe a lot more outgoing and extroverted than maybe your normal type, or maybe more outgoing and extroverted than you are. You might, you wear your heart on your sleeve, but people have to earn that. People have to earn that access to you and that access to your emotions. Also, this person could be a Capricorn with the Devil here. We also have the Hierophant and the Magician, which indicates Taurus or Aries. With these three major arcanas being here, clarifying this Nine of Pentacles, to me, this says that there's a major lesson coming into your life that's attached to your connection with this person. Now, people aren't only existing on this planet to teach us lessons, right? That's a bit egotistical to think that way, right? Every bad relationship you've had, oh, that person only exists to teach me that lesson. That's not true. This person has a whole life and a whole history before you, just like you do, compared to them. So I want you to take that into account, that this person is just a human being, but there's also something that you'll need to learn, or something that you're learning, potentially some fears that you're releasing around not being able to be as individual and as autonomous as you would like to be when you are in a romantic relationship. I do see you turning down offers. I do see you detaching yourself from people who are needy or require too much effort or energy. Okay, you don't mind volunteering your time for those who are in need, like in actual need, but you don't like clingy people. You don't like clingy relationships. You don't like clingy romantic partners. You want somebody who can stand on their own 2 feet. You're looking for somebody who is very masculine. You are looking for somebody who can balance out that very strong feminine energy that you have. You're not looking for somebody who's just as emotional as you are, but you are definitely looking for somebody who's emotionally available enough to be able to support you and your moodiness, right? I see you coming through as very moody, even though you still try to be kind. I don't see you coming through as like somebody who's, bipolar or anything like that, but you do have your times and your moods. And so you want somebody to be able to deal with you in all phases, not just when you look pretty and not when you're acting pretty, but somebody who can handle you in all stages and all phases. And you might be used to people who are attracted to you physically, but think that you're like this doll, or like you're somebody who doesn't really have emotions, or like as if you're not entitled to have an emotional response to something. People might have accused you, or people that you've been with in the past might have accused you of like overreacting, or being too emotional, or too moody, or even too needy, or even codependent. People that might have accused you of these things in the past. And honestly, that's not necessarily true. You just haven't met someone who actually appreciates your humanity and your emotionality. The person that you're meeting is also somebody who is very connected to their emotions. They're not going to be as emotional as you are. This person is quite fiery, quite energetic, and they don't process their emotions in the same way that you do, but I do feel like they will hold space for you, okay? I think that this is a wonderful connection coming in. It looks so, so nice. I'm going to clarify a little bit to see if I can get any more information. Let's talk about this Knight of Cups here. Why is the Knight of Cups here for Virgo? And let's clarify what they want. What's their energy? Ooh, okay. All right. We got the Star at the bottom of the deck as the hidden energy, with the Five of Pentacles just under that, okay? In a time of a drought. And I'm not talking about a drought of people as if you don't have people in your DMs, as if you don't have options, because you absolutely do. You're just not interested in those options. So that's kind of what I mean by the drought. It's just a sea of people that you're not interested in offering themselves to you. And even if you are like, no, nobody's in my DMs, nobody's talking to me like that, it is a total drought. Like, I have no romantic partners. I'm not texting anybody. Nobody's, my phone is dry. That will end, okay? And I think that this is something that would be considered like a wish fulfilled for you. As much as you might try to resist the fact that you would love a partner in your life, that you would love a little romance, that you would love a little spice, okay? As much as you might want to resist that reality, you definitely do. And this is clarifying the United Cups. We got the Page of Pentacles. And we also have the Justice card. This person is honest. They are earnest. They want to know everything they need to know about you in order to love you properly. They are going to be very curious about you and almost treat you like, I don't know, not a research project, but it's like they just want to know you. They might ask you a lot of questions, or when they come to you with an offer, it'll be appropriate for how well they know you, okay? And what I mean by that is if you guys are total strangers and this person sees you out or sees you at work or sees you, while you guys are at the pottery class together or whatever, they're not gonna put it all on you. They're not gonna be overbearing. They might just ask you out for a cup of coffee. They might just ask for your number, and they might want to communicate a lot with you before they actually push it any further, right? They want to basically create a safe space to where you feel like you can open up, and for them to be able to express how they feel about you or what they think about you. If you're used to people being like, ooh, you so fine, you so this, they're not that kind of person. They're not going to try to mac you or game you like that. They're the kind of person who loves, I wouldn't say loves the newness of things, but they love getting to know people, and they love experiencing people as well as understanding people, okay? This is somebody who is an excellent communicator. They will tell you exactly what they want, exactly what they need, and exactly how they feel about you. This is not somebody who's going to hold back their emotions, but they're also not going to be overbearing with it. They're also not going to be shoving it down your throat and trying to force you to feel how they feel about you. The Page of Pentacles here is an energy of somebody who's very excited to learn more, to do more, to know more, to try something new, right? But they are willing and ready to, they come prepared, okay? So, I don't know, maybe this person has been rehearsing the way that they want to approach you or what they want to say to you if they've already met you. And if not, then you're somebody new and you're not like anybody else they've ever seen or met. You might not be their typical type either, but you guys seem to match and seem to be counterparted in some way, right? Let's clarify this Queen of Cups. How's Virgo feeling? Because I do feel like you are this Queen of Cups energy. Even if you're not, apply the energy where it goes. But I do feel like you are the feminine energy here. Queen of Cups. And you came out first card. You first, baby. You first. You know what your priorities are. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. You want to take things slowly. Okay. And you're working towards something that may be taking a while to pay off, or you're working on something. Maybe you're in college. Maybe you're working on reaching the next level of your career. There's some aspect of your life where you are very devoted to your work, your craft, or developing some sort of a skill that takes time. Okay. And it takes up a lot of your effort and a lot of your energy. And you're very much focused on that. Somehow I feel like this person might be connected to that, because I don't see you like going out of your way to meet new people or going out of your way to find new love. I see that they're going to be in a space in which you already exist or will already be in. Okay. I want to clarify the moon here. Okay. We got two right off the bat. We got the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Hidden energy, clarifying the moon. We got the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Somebody has abandonment issues here, and I would say it's most likely you, since this Knight of Cups is not connected to this moon card. And that's your fear, and that's why you have your guard up, and that might be why you're a little bit hard to read at first, because you definitely want to take your time. You want to take things very, very slowly. You want to make sure that this person is genuine. You want to make sure that they're mature, and you want to make sure that there's somebody who's going to invest in you, even if they don't get what they want from you right away, right? Maybe people are typically used to other people giving them what they want immediately or instant gratification. And you want to make it clear to this person that you're not going to provide that. You're not just going to give them everything that they're asking for. You're not just going to pour all over them as soon as they say that, oh, you're cute or whatever, because you've been through some things. You've been through some traumatic romantic experiences, potentially even being rejected in really harsh ways by people who you committed yourself to or people that you made commitments to. And it was almost like all of a sudden they didn't want you or they didn't accept you for who you are. And I really feel that strongly, like I mentioned earlier, about people not really accepting your emotionality or how in touch with your heart space you are. I feel people rejected you or made you feel rejected in the past. And that's why you want to make sure that this person sees you in different stages and different phases so that they know what they're getting into. What I will say is, don't try to meter out the crazy or pace the crazy, or say, and I don't know if you guys understand what I mean by that, but it's like this idea of like slowly, becoming yourself. Just be authentic with this person. They will be invested. Okay. I would say that this is a spiritual connection that you're going to have with this person. So there's some sort of like puzzle piece, it's going to fit like a puzzle piece. Like it's going to be you guys are going to be compatible. So you don't have to have any fear about this person rejecting your personality, but also don't be looking at things like picking things apart. Oh, they said this instead of that, or they did this instead of that. Like, don't be looking for reasons to try to discount this person. Now, don't disregard the red flags if there are any. I don't see any negativity here. All I see is your fear that's creating this guard or this kind of veil, maybe even a mask, right? Because you're afraid of really being your authentic self, just in case you might scare this person away. I wouldn't worry about that. But, take your time. You don't have to rush into doing anything with this person. I think people have moved pretty quickly with you in the past, or you tend to move pretty quickly when you feel passionately about someone. And anybody who tries to move too fast with you with this Page of Swords right under that, you become skeptical of. You're like, what do you want? I mean, maybe you have been, the quote unquote victim of love bombing in the past, and you've fallen for those tactics before, and you're like, no, I'm not dealing with that again. I don't think this person is going to approach you with that energy, but I will say, like, they are going to be somebody who is pretty much down for you. They know what they want, and they're going to go for it, especially the more you open up or the more time you guys get to spend together. Quality time might be both of you guys' love language, or that might be, or exchanging gifts or something like that. And this person is going to be a great gift giver. Six of Pentacles. Let's clarify that energy for Virgo, please. We got the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this person is going to be very passionately about you. And they might come in a little hot, but I don't think they're going to love bomb you or do anything that's overwhelming. But this person does feel very passionately about you. The Knight of Wands in this deck is a little bit less reckless than the kind of typical or stereotypical Knight of Wands. This is just somebody who is very persistent, okay? And they're not going to give up easily, because they feel it with you, and they feel like there's a connection there, and they feel like you reciprocate that energy as well. If you absolutely are not interested in this person, just shut it down. Just say, look, I'm not interested. I'm not going there with you, period. Like, if you don't want this, absolutely. Just shut it down, cut it off. It's fine, right? They will understand. But if you leave even the littlest crack in that door, they're going to wait until you open it a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. They'll stand by the door and they'll keep talking to you and getting to know you and asking you questions and wanting to understand you until you feel comfortable enough to really open that door. But this Knight of Wands here in this capacity with the Six of Pentacles tells me that somebody really wants to give to a situation and they feel very passionately about doing so. All right, let's do one more. Let's clarify this Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Why is the Six of Cups here for Virgo? Why is the Six of Cups here for Virgo? We got the Ace of Wands. Okay, so you're going to feel the same way. I do think that you do have a fear of rejection here with the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is like humiliation, rejection, feeling ashamed or guilty, that sort of energy. You do have a fear of rejection. This person doesn't seem to. This person doesn't seem connected to that kind of energy at all. They seem very confident, and they probably are used to getting what they want. And for some reason, that's going to make you guys cringe. I feel like me saying that might make you feel, cringed out or something, that they typically get what they want and you're what they want, so they're going to get you. So you might feel a little bit resistant or like you need to pull back. Don't do that. I feel like this is a new path that's opening up for you and you can choose to accept it or not, but this is something that's going to make you feel very excited. You will not be able to deny the chemistry that you have with this person, and once you guys do become physically intimate, the possibilities, oh my goodness. Now don't rush that. Don't rush into that. But I do feel like you guys are going to be very satisfied in that area of your relationship if it goes to that level. And really, honestly, I just feel like this is great potential for you guys to start something where you guys are both on the same page, you want the same things, and you both have an equally strong desire for each other. After, you kind of let your guard down a little bit and you let them in a little bit, but they are willing to be patient with you as long as they get the green light and as long as you haven't completely shut them out. All right, Virgo, this is what I have for you guys. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening in some way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll be with you next time.